Oh, we're back. You guys are spying on me, doing stupid things. It's fine. I got 4 link bars and Heims finally. Like, you guys don't know how excited I am, so let's just do it. Alrighty, let's get these link bars put in here. So, first things kind of first, kind of like the general rule of thumb, which I believe went over this in the first video that we made about this 4-link stuff. So, you want your upper and lower links to be like 75% difference from each other. So I'm going to show you guys in a second, but I have my lower link bars measured out to 46 inches, and then my upper link bars, 80% of that is, I think it's like 37 inches, I believe, something like that. I believe. Don't hold me to that. I'll do the math here in a second. So I guess I'm just going to show you guys. It did end up getting a mount put in for the transfer case, or right in front of the transfer case for the 4-link, the lower. So I'm going to show you guys that. And then I also, I'll flip you around. So I actually ended up making these, well, not making them. These are Rough Stuff Specialties. Move some stuff out of your way. Rough Stuff Specialties mounts. Because I don't know if you guys remember. So I was telling you how, like, with my mounts horizontal like this, my links, I believe, or like the Heims themselves, will bottom out. Like, once they articulate downward enough, then eventually, like, there would be no more room in the ball, essentially. And then it would cause more stress and prematurely wear these Heims out. So, because, flip you back around, now I've changed my mounts, and they are completely, I mean, the mounts are horizontal now, but the Heim itself is vertical. So, now, if you can see it here. So basically now I have full articulation within the ball of this Heim now, which is what we wanted. So that's kind of why we ended up changing these, but I ended up actually being very happy with it. Haven't done that side yet, but like this one right here, we're tying it into the rocker support. So we'll be welded across here, we'll be welding across the frame back here, down the inside. And then, you know, I kind of forgot I was just tacking these for a second, so I did start welding it right here. But again, we'll be welded up there all the way across this front side and under the bottom. And I did have to change these mounts. So they actually, like right here, there's a seam. So I ended up adding like an inch that way, and then put some triangle pieces in there also to get me the proper angle I wanted. But yeah, everything looks pretty good. Coming in on. Alright, so hopefully you guys can see me okay. So this is my cross member that I ended up making, and unfortunately this is where my flat belly, on the Ranger I should say, my flat belly ends right here. My whole goal in this thing, my one main goal was to have a completely flat belly from the front of my frame rails all the way back. Well, unfortunately that had to stop right here. I could not get this cross member in up high enough. I could get it up higher, That's not the issue. But my drive shaft, this is a temporary drive shaft, was actually hitting within like a couple inches of droop. So with the crossmember set up like this, I actually drooped down the front axle, or drive shaft, sorry. Dropped the front drive shaft down, I think it was 24 inches before it hit. So obviously I'm not going to have 24 inches of travel in the front axle. I wish I did, that'd be kind of cool, but I'm not. So this right here will do, it'll be just fine. And then if I tried to go up any more, another thing was I will be getting very close to my transmission pan here. And I'm worried, I don't know exactly what I'm going to run. I don't know if it's going to be this factory style pan, which it very well may be, or something very close without more depth to it. But I don't know if you guys can see, I got a center mark here, but basically what's going to happen is I'm going to build a mount right here in the center, and it's going to house both heims for the lower links on the front. So that's basically what this is going to do. And then we can weld in here, you know, all across the bottom here and then across the top. And then I may end up doing a gusset on this, because this, a lot of people probably don't think about it, but this front axle and this mount right here takes so much pressure and abuse that you really need to beefing it up. You got to make sure it's going to be strong. Ask my dad how he knows that. Sorry, Dad. He no longer has that buggy, but that's okay. Hopefully when I get closer to this one being done, then he can start building his. So yeah, let's go ahead. Like I told you guys, I got these links measured out to 46 inches on the bottom. So let's go ahead and get those cut, and then we'll go ahead and tack in some heim joints and start seeing what mounts are going to look like. Yeah. Peace out. Okay, it's time to build some 4-link mounts, at least for the lowers. So I think what my plan is here, plan of action, I guess. So my link, let's see if I can do this without falling. Okay, so obviously my heim will be up like this. So my plan is to come out, and then I'm going to bring it down to the bottom of my crossmember right here. And then, so it'll be a full mount here, same on the inside. And then we'll do one for the other side. And then fingers crossed, I'm going to try to mount them together to make them stronger. So let's get out our CAD program, Cardboard Advanced Design, and build some mounts. Let's get to it. Okay, got an update. Got my outer mounts made. They're not the most pretty thing in the world, but that's okay as long as it works. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Alright, you guys are gonna have to bear with me. I only got one hand. So I have my mounts that I showed you made. So because these links are at such an angle, I made the two outer brackets, and if you can see, kind of not really. Hold on. I had to bring a third limb in. So if you can see, I have this mount like pretty dang close. So then this one, because that's such an angle, we have to make it wider. So FYI, if you're going to do this, you only make your two outer mounts first if you're at such an angle, and then get it in there and decide how your inside mount's going to be. So I got to add 3/4 of an inch to this face here, and then this face down here. If I come over here, you can see I went ahead and marked this out. So I just traced this, and then here we added our 3/4 of an inch here and 3/4 of an inch here. So I got to make 2 of these, and then those will come over here to the Ranger and will be my inside mounts for over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those cut out, and then I'll be back with you shortly. Well, I have updates. I got my mounts tacked in, I should say. So the next thing on these, which I'm not going to do this yet because I want to verify my articulation on this. I do need to grind a little bit off the bottom here on these 2 inner ones, maybe these ones. But I am going to build a plate that goes across this whole bottom and then would come back into the cross member back here. That way I can get weld across here and then weld the bottoms of all these just to make it a little stronger. And then I'm going to do the same thing on top. I'm going to put one up here on the top and then one across the back as well. Like I said, I don't want these to break. These are going to have a lot of pressure. So my next thing is we're going to come over here and get our lowers done on both sides here. Alright, so quick little update here. I went ahead and I just cut these out, and then I've kind of been struggling a little bit, so I haven't really been recording. So these brackets are the ones I just showed you guys that I got cut out. This one ended up being a lot shorter than what I originally cut out. I think it was like an inch shorter, I think. So I got plenty of room. This side, I'm really happy with this side. Obviously, it still needs a gusset on the top and then on the bottom. And you can kind of see it. It doesn't really hang down too far, probably about an inch below the axle. I'm trying to keep it. I'd like to go up higher, but there's just no way with my front drive shaft. So this side I am absolutely struggling on though. And I've seen this a lot with these Super Duty axles where people are struggling with them. So my problem is it's just so tight between the C right here and then the diff housing. I'm trying to figure out what I have to do here. I don't know if I'm going to have to like bring a bracket out and then over and then back out again. I'm not super sure. So I will definitely update you guys when I get back to this one. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the other side tacked in because, like I said, for now I'm struggling with it for some reason. So I'll get this one tacked in here, and then I will get back with you guys. I got black stuff on my face. I will get back with you guys here in a few minutes, I guess, and see what we come up with for this other side. Okay, so don't mind my tape. You guys don't need to see where I work yet. Anyways, so I kind of changed plans, and this video is obviously after. So in the clip before this, I told you guys that I was going to work on a mount for my driver's side lower link there on the axle side. Well, I ended up doing some digging. Artec Industries actually makes a set of those mounts. So you got the one for the driver's side, and then you have one that matches relatively for the passenger side. So I'm actually going to just cut the one off the passenger side that I already made so that they match. So those will hopefully be here this week, but I'll probably end the video after this because you guys will pretty much see what I'm doing. So with that being said, I'm not going to show that one anymore. I guess the only other things, so yeah, like I said, these are the mounts that I'm going to cut off, even though these would work. I just want them to match the other side, which would be that side down there. Anyways, I did order some from Artec Industries also because I just seen them on there. I ordered some gussets for this mount since it's so tall. obviously it has to be tall to match this side. So I ordered some of those. But I think tonight, what I'm going to try to do is on my inside links here, I need to do this mount. I thought about just setting it up like this, but I really don't want to do that because I'm just going to make my own. But I have this 2x4 sitting here. So I'm going to take some steel. I have some left over of this, which is 2, maybe it's 1.5 by 3. 3/16 wall, nothing insane. But I'm going to make a spacer basically to go from this front piece here back to here. And then we'll weld that to the frame. And then I'm going to build my own mounts. Something like these. And they will just weld straight to the little boxed in piece right there. That will be where the wood is. So that should work for that side and then the passenger side. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my square tubing cut out, get those tacked in, and then we'll make our mounts for the uppers in here. And then the only thing left after that is just gonna be, I'll have one link left, which is this one. That won't be attached. So once those come in, we'll be ready to rock. And also, pretty exciting stuff. I ended up ordering my coilovers, if you guys are still around at this time. I ordered 16-inch Radflo coilovers for the front, and then I ordered the 18-inch Radflos for the rear. So those should be here. I think it said it's like a 5-week lead time for the 18s. So roughly in about a month, give or take, we should be able to flex this thing out and pretty much see how everything's going to line up. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it though without the springs in there and just kind of see how everything moves, and then I won't have any pressure on anything, nothing like that. So as long as my links don't bind, then I should be okay. So that's pretty exciting. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get these mounts done so we can finish up this video and pretty much have 4-link. Good evening, guys. Another day, and gals, I should say. Alright, so I went ahead, I finished up the upper links on there. I didn't record it because you guys have kind of seen me make these brackets and stuff before, so pretty much same exact thing. So I'll flip you around so you can see that. And last night, which I should have recorded this, but I didn't, so I'll throw some pictures in here at the end. I did actually flex this thing out as much as I could. Obviously, I still don't have the 1 link, but I was getting antsy. I had to see it. So I'll flip you around, show you what I got, and then that's kind of where it is going to be where we end this video. So here's what I did. Like I was telling you guys, I added my little spacer, I guess you want to call it that, in here. I will end up boxing this end in, and then the other end over here. Same thing, everything's just tacked in. And then whenever we completely verify everything's going to be okay, I will end up plating this backside, or at least up here on this flat spot. And then we might end up gusseting these, I'm not sure, but they will be welded inside and out. And then same thing for these as well. We will put some kind of reinforcement on the back side or up here. Same thing there. And then like I told you guys, we have the gussets for these ones. And then I'll probably make a small one for this side here. I think that's pretty much all I have. But the only thing I did get 24 inches difference from this hub here to that hub. So that side was, or yeah, this was completely on the ground or on the floor jack. And then I had this side completely up as far as it would go. It gave me 24 inches difference. and then whenever I get my coilovers in, that's when I will get this thing 100% flexed out. I think my dad is going to let me go to his house, and I'm going to put it on the lift and then figure out exactly what it's going to be. So as of right now, that's all I have for you guys. I will go ahead and get those lower mounts in when they show up. And then I really hope that I have some more content coming soon, because I think at this point it's pretty much time for a roll cage. So, which obviously I will do videos on that. So, again, I appreciate everybody that's like watched along, been following this, liking, subscribing, share it. You know, I do appreciate it. I know everybody's always telling you, oh, you know, like, subscribe, whatever. I do appreciate that and hope you do, but I don't want to ask for it too much. So, again, thank you guys. I almost threw you. Thank you guys again for watching and sticking around. So, I will catch you on the next one. Peace out.